Hello everyone, back to tuning into today's second video. We're doing the second summer 2025 season model roundup for today's second video. So a big vid here for you for only the second time this season. We're getting all the long range models together, or as many as we can. More about that in a moment. From the world's leading forecast centres and see what they're showing for summer 2025. I'll get on that for you in a moment. Just say about the first bit of sales, our 6 UK weather forecast, weekend forecast, and a 10 to 14 day on way. So the usual Saturday lineup for you today. Please like, share, and subscribe on all today's videos and content. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. But GavsWeatherVids, thank you so much, Ricardo, Richard Shaw for the summer 2025 updates gear. Thank you so much, my friend. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So much. Cops of comfort, yeah. Thank you so much, Rich. Right, okay, well, we're short of the NMME suite of models today. So, they only show temperature precipitation anomalies, so I don't know whether they'll be missed, but they haven't updated since last month, so there's no point showing them. We showed them last month, there's no point showing them again for this month's update. We'll see if they update next month. However, we have got a Beijing Climate Centre back, and it's a brand new... oh dear, I'm sorry everyone, it's a brand new model as well, so that's coming up towards the end of the video. But we're going to start off, as always, with CANSIP. So this is a mean sea level pressure anomaly from CANSIP. We've got some ridging here in the North Atlantic and going into western parts of Europe. Weaker pressure, looks like it's down towards the Azores and Portugal. Ignore the H there, and that could therefore be drawing up like a southerly flow, so maybe a plumy type summer with heat spikes. Very warm summer is being predicted here by CANSIP, so in those orange colours, that would be like a couple of degrees above average. Pretty warm summer indicated there, and quite a dryish summer as well, with below average precipitation. So to start us off, potentially quite a hot and dry summer there, I think, from CANSIP. So no ME suite of models. We go on therefore to IRI, the probability forecast for temperature. Probabilities from IRI favouring a warmer than average summer for Ireland, England and Wales. Ireland up to 70% chance of a warmer than average summer. 50 to 60% for England and Wales. Scotland though, poor old Scotland, the probability there is favouring a slightly below average summer by about 40 to 45% in terms of the probability favouring a cooler than average summer. And then as far as precipitation goes, well, it looks like it could be rather wetter than average if the probability is correct, particularly so for more western and southwest and southern parts of the country. 45 to maybe 50% probability of above average rainfall there towards the southwest. Could be indicative of a volatile type summer, maybe. Notice a drier than average summer favoured for Spain and Portugal and southern parts of France as well as Scandinavia. So I guess it's hard really to like put a synoptic pattern onto these probability forecasts, but I would guess like higher pressure is being favoured through here, lower pressure through there, and then possibly some lower pressure there, and it combining maybe to produce a volatile, hot, thundery summer with heat spikes. So we don't have Patal Peng anymore, oh dear, so we go on then to the CFS, and then that'll be it for the North American models for this update. So CFS V2 looking like this in terms of its 700 millibar height anomaly for summer 2025 with high pressure generally over to the east of the country. Lower pressure is out to the west, and that might draw up winds from a southerly direction. So again, that could be quite volatile. Low pressure's out to the west, high pressure to the east. Looks like it would be a warm pattern, but potentially one that could be quite thundery. Temperature anomalies for the summer are coming out warmer than average for much of the UK and Western Europe. Precipitation anomalies, well, looking a bit wetter than average. Ireland, west parts of the UK, France, Spain and Portugal all coming out with above average rainfall. Again, I think this could all be quite indicative of a southerly type pattern with quite a bit of convection, quite a bit of thunder, and plumes as well as possibly some heat spikes. Right, let's go on to the ECM. So we're coming into Europe now, looking at European models. This is mean sea level pressure anomaly from the ECMWF. Though this one just looks rather flat and westerly, I think. High pressure pulled out into the Atlantic, low pressures up towards Scandinavia, and winds are light coming from a flat or a westerly type direction there. Temperature anomalies for the summer are coming out a bit above average, not as warm as those American models, 0.5 degree to 1 degree above normal, and well, also rather unsettled as well, and but not a volatile unsettled, like a zonal unsettled pattern with wetter than average conditions to the north, and maybe something a bit drier down to the south. Let's go through the Copernicus suite, starting with Meteo France. So this one, again, with some higher pressure pulled away from us in the Atlantic, some lower pressure up towards Greenland, all looking rather weak with pressure pattern. But look at the temperature anomaly, really warm, if not quite hot summer being indicated there, with temperature anomaly around 1 to 2 degrees above normal. And not much signal for precipitation, though. Bit wetter than average to the north, nearer normal further south. DWD, the German model, with deep low pressure in the Atlantic. So this looks like a westerly type summer, I think, Atlantic driven. Although, again, very warm summer being indicated, 1 to 2 degrees above normal. Look how widespread the warmth is. Some places like over 2 degrees above average as well in certain places and certain pockets. So a very warm, if not hot, well, I would say British summer, but actually looks like a northern hemispheric summer coming out very warm or hot there, doesn't it, from the DWD, but also quite wet as well. So yeah, I think this could be indicative of a volatile type summer. Lots of plumes, lots of convection, some heat spikes maybe thrown in as well. That kind of very volatile summer. This is the CMCC, much weaker with the pressure there, low pressure towards Greenland, high pressure. That looks like it's Azores high, it's pulled back towards Bermuda there, which wouldn't be that indicative of a hot summer, I have to say. But anyway, we can only go with what the models are forecasting. Again, above average temperature, but not quite to the same extent as the previous two models, and it looks a bit zonal as well, wetter than average to the north and a little bit drier than average down to the south. The ECCC has some lower pressure just to the west of the UK and Ireland. Very warm summer indicated again, if not quite a hot summer. Some parts of Central and Eastern Europe are at over 2 degrees above average, and precipitation is wetter than average to the north and drier than average down to the south. And then we've got the JMA, so we're going to Asia now, but of course the Japanese Meteorological Agency does actually supply their charts to Copernicus. You actually more from the JMA at Copernicus than you can from the JMA's own website, which I always find quite strange. Anyway, so very weak with pressure again, some low pressure away to the north, but otherwise really, really weak. Not as hot, not as warm with the temperature anomaly, 0.5 degree. Some of the models we're seeing, 0.5 degree to 1 degree above average. Still a warm summer, but nowhere near to the same extent. And precipitation-wise, it looks a little bit wetter than average just to the north, and a little bit drier than average down to the south. And then we've got Beijing Climate Centre back. So this is how sea level pressure anomaly is looking. It's a new version, by the way. It's the CMA CPS model version 3 before we have version 2. So they've given, that's why it went offline, I think, since the new year. They've given the model an upgrade, and as I say, it's back with new data. So mean sea level pressure anomaly. It looks like it's going for some high pressure here, or some higher pressure anyway, to be bridging in through northern West Europe. Lower pressure down towards the south. The temperature anomaly, well, quite a warm summer is being indicated there, above average temperatures, but the UK and Ireland, most parts of Europe are including that. I think the charts are much clearer, by the way. This is a really, really nice upgrade, I think, from the Beijing Climate Centre. So it's going for 1.5 to 2 degrees above average. So a very warm, not quite a hot summer being indicated there for much of Europe, UK and Ireland included in that. And also rather a dry summer as well being indicated with below average rainfall, especially so for England, Wales. So not that sort of plumy, volatile pattern that we've seen perhaps through some of the model output, but a more stable sort of high-pressure dominated pattern. Precipitation anomalies there for England and Wales are about 20 to 50% of average rainfall, I think. And then finally, we've got, so Beijing Climate Centre is back, more about that as the months go on. Finally, we have got the UK Mets model, our very own model. So this one looks very unsettled though, low pressure, quite deep low pressure as well in the Atlantic. This is being cell pressure anomaly, quite deep low pressure in the Atlantic. So I think this is just going for a rather Atlantic-driven type summer pattern. Still going for above average temperatures in those orange shady colours there, which is going to be about 1 to 1.5 degrees above average. So that's a very warm summer, and precipitation anomalies, well, wetter than average, particularly so in the north and in the west, but nearer normal for precipitation further south. So all in all, a bit of a mixed bag, but there's hints we had last summer, potentially, last month I should say, of the hints we had last month of a very warm, potentially hot summer. I think those hints are still there actually, you know, within the model output. So, well, we'll wait and see what next month's final update, the third and final update has to say. But I think this is quite interesting, and I wouldn't be that surprised based on these charts. Of course, they are only long-range models, so we know all the problems there are with long-range forecasting and long-range models, you know, being able to project out into an extended period. But I reckon we could be in for quite a volatile summer if these models are right. Potentially some heat spikes, potentially quite a bit of convection and that sort of thing. But we shall see what they have to say, the long-range models have to say next month. Of course, we're going to be releasing the GavsWeatherVids Summer 2025 forecast on the 1st of June. So time will tell. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like, make sure to do that, make sure to Richard for our summer updates gear. Thank you so much, Rich. That's absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, my friend. And, well, anyway, I'm going to be back weekend forecasting 10 to 14 day in a bit for the second summer 2025 season model roundup. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.